didn't gain any ground as far as the playoffs are concerned?
Well, I mean, I think we're frustrated, considering everything that's happened this year. All the injuries, change, the lack of cohesion, and just trying to find an identity and time together on the court. I mean, there's been a lot of things that have been frustrating this season. But having said that, it wasn't a terrible trip. I mean, we didn't gain ground, but we didn't lose ground, which is important, I think, when you go on the road. So, I think in some ways the trip made us stronger, and there was some success on the trip. And, we would have liked to have gotten them all, or at least gotten one more maybe. But, we come back with a winning record on a long trip, and, we're going to just keep moving forward as positively as possible. And I think, there was growth in the trip.
Steve, there's been a lot of drama surrounding this team, especially on the road trip with the comments with Dwight and Kobe and all that stuff that blew up. Have you ever been in a situation where it's been like this just constantly? I mean, as it has been so far this season with the Lakers?
No, I mean, I've never had a season with so much going on. Obviously, we've talked about how many things have happened, from injuries to changes, new players trying to find a rhythm. It's been a very trying year in a lot of ways. At the same time, I feel like the guys come in, have a good attitude every day, try to work together and find a common ground. So, I'm proud of the guys. I think we had a decent road trip, and we're going to keep working and try to find a way to figure this out.
Steve, are you having fun?
I am. I mean, it's been tiring. It's been emotional. There's been moments where it's been really frustrating. At the same time, I like my teammates, and I like playing for the Lakers, and I think we got a lot to play for still.
Steve, with all the perceptions out there, the reports that here, whether they're true or not, how do you just make sure that this locker room stays together?
Well, I mean, for me, I've played, this is my 17th season, so, I don't know it's going to have quite the impact on me that it may have on the younger guys. For me, I've built habits now. I come in every day and work the way I've worked for a long time. So I want to prepare myself to play and prepare myself to help the team any way I can and be a good teammate. And so, when you focus on what you've set out to do, I think the distractions, dissipate. Good. I mean, like I said, I think, we've obviously had moments this year, but at the same time, I think you guys see those moments and it's a big story or it gets blown out in news, but you don't see the rest of the time when guys genuinely get along and are working together and, like I said, come in every day pretty much and have a pretty positive outlook. So, those things are going to happen. I think in some ways they're healthy because it allows us to really focus in on certain things and move past them. But, generally and genuinely, I think our guys are continuing to push forward.
So it's not 14 guys, 14 cats?
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, I think, it's been particularly we were away for, 10, 12 days, and guys did a lot of things together, and hung out together and enjoyed each other's company. So, I think it's a little overblown. For example, when I came in this morning, I didn't think I'd have to answer questions about that. So I didn't realize it was a big issue until you guys started asking me.
Steve, what was the biggest positive off that road trip?
Well, I mean, I think that we came back with a winning record was important, paramount, really, because we couldn't lose ground. I think obviously there was some devastation on the trip, losing the game in Phoenix that we should have won, losing Powell, most importantly. But at the same time, we kept ourselves afloat. We got a couple big wins, and we didn't lose ground. So, we're still marching forward.
You mentioned Powell. Were you able to talk to him this morning and see what his spirits are?
Yeah, I saw him. He seems fine mentally. He seems, like he's understands this is the nature of the business. You go with an injury and you got to just stay positive. So he seemed pretty positive this morning.
How important are these next two home games before the All-Star break?
Well, these would be two big wins for us. No question. If we can continue to win, 2 out of every 3 or 3 out of 4 even the rest of the way, we put ourselves in a pretty good place.